First and foremost, Black Lives Matter. Right now, we need to listen to those who have been targeted by this system and amplify their struggle and their voices. We have listed resources and donation links in the description below. Thank you. Cryptozoology is, by its very nature, elusive. Thus, we cannot say that we are exactly bringing you the facts, but we will do our best to help you see these mythical legends as we do. So sit back, relax, and wait. What's that behind you? Never mind. Enjoy the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of Cryptids on Cryptids. We are diving back into the ocean this week, Sid's favorite place.
I hate the ocean. Everybody knows at this point. I can't swim. I'm not meant for the ocean. I don't like it. There are weird things in there. They got too many teeth and too many eyes. Don't like it. But we're here again, and we're working with the Tizheruk this week.
I was about to ask, what are we talking about?
Yeah. We got the Tizheruk this week. There's a couple different pronunciations I found. I heard Tizheruk, I heard Tizheruk, and a few more. I'm going to work with Tizheruk this week, but if I'm wrong, please let me know.
It sounds like figuring out the name kind of threw you into a tizzy.
Oh, no.
Hey.
Yeah.
I told you I was coming in with bad jokes this week. So.
Oh, no. It's okay. We are good. Bad jokes and dad jokes. We're fine. But this creature is from Inuit mythos. But I think it's the first creature I've ever been blocked with a paywall before. I had to actually access the Library of Congress to find sightings of this thing, because there was so little information online as far as, like, actual... Because usually when I'm looking for sightings, you can find, like, a database where someone will have, like, collected things. Like, Mothman was super easy. They got websites and trackers and, like, a whole map for that. And, like, Goatman and everything like that usually has something that will show you actual locations and dates. But I couldn't find... Like, I had to go through a lot to find sightings of this thing.
Weird. Okay, that's interesting. Because this might be the first creature we've talked about then that has, like, its own kind of, I guess, conspiracy about it. Like, a paywall? That's great. Like, that, we've never encountered that before. This is episode 9, and we've never encountered that before.
Yeah, and to be fair, a lot of my research I can pull from books as well. Like, I do own a few different types of books. I own A Guide to Cryptozoology by Eberhardt. Like, there are books out there that you can look for this. But even the book had, like, basically some bare bones things where it described what it looks like and a little bit of the mythos around it as far as, like, what it's capable of. And I say what it's capable of with, like, a threat behind it.
You don't know what I'm capable of.
We do know what this thing's capable of, as far as the fact that, like, it's predatorial actively.
Like for humans?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh no.
Like, yeah. Not good. Not good. Lots of teeth. Lots of teeth.
How many teeth?
Many teeth. I don't know if
could I
anybody's
carry
familiar.
enough knives on my person to outnumber that?
You could certainly try. I'm sure with enough duct tape, anything is possible, but,
That is fair. I guess so.
I do... Okay. So, you know generally what a leopard seal looks like, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're It's like, I mean, they're seals. They're cute. They got those big round faces. Have you ever seen a leopard seal with its mouth open?
Yes. Also, thing about leopard seals that people don't know, like you see pictures of them and you're like, oh, that's like seal sized, right? And seals are generally like dog sized. No, these fuckers
No.
are bigger than people.
Yeah.
Leopard seals
They
are low key terrifying.
And here's the thing people also forget. Leopard seals hunt penguins. And
Yes.
penguins are small, but they're like not that small. And they usually get them in like a bite or so. And that's big. That's big. Don't like that.
A penguin's about a mouthful for one of these boys. About the same size as a human head, we'll say. Could fit squarely between the jaws of a leopard seal.
It sounds like the weirdest circus act. You've seen those, like old, like cartoons where people stick their head in a lion's mouth. It's like that, but with a leopard seal.
You've seen a man put his head between a leopard's jaw. Now get ready for a leopard seal.
There's just this massive creature, just absolutely disgruntled.
Just like, why the fuck am I not in the water? Excuse me?
Why am I here? Oh no. All I could picture is like, you know how... Okay, I've never been to a circus in real life. My understanding of circuses comes purely from cartoons, and that's it. No, I don't think I've ever been to one in real life. Because, like, I just have never been. I've never even seen one advertised.
I went to one because my grandfather was a big believer in traditional American values, and apparently the circus is part of that.
The circus is part of traditional American values?
Apparently.
Did he make you go to baseball games?
Only one. We tried everything once.
Pie?
That's what we did. It was interesting.
I've never been. So my understanding comes purely from cartoons, and so the three things I know that happen, well, four things that happen at circuses is they got like lions and tigers, that's a thing. Mm-hmm. Sometimes bears. They have those horses. And
bears, yes.
Oh my. The horses in the stupid outfits, you know the ones.
Yeah.
They dress them up, they make them run.
Mm-hmm.
That's a thing. The strongmen and the acrobats, I know that's a thing, or I think that's a thing.
Yes.
And the seals that honk the horns with their little mouths that they bite down and they make the little noises go. Yeah, that. All I can picture is a full-grown leopard seal wearing like the little collar and the little hat and just like trying to bite the horns and just eating the actual thing itself.
Yeah, because the horn, that horn is way too small for them.
Just like cleaving through the metal, just like crunch. A terrifying sound.
Yeah, you don't actually ask me about anything that went on in a circus. I don't know, because they had like these kind of like Buzz Lightyear toys. They weren't Buzz Lightyear, but they were like light up things that reminded me of Buzz Lightyear. So I spent the entire time at the circus just playing with that. I was like 6, so.
That's valid. I don't remember anything from when I was 6. I hit like, if it's anything that happened before I hit high school, I don't remember, and even then it's iffy. So.
Yeah, I just remember I remember that toy. I remember my dad being annoyed by that toy. And then I do distinctly remember that before we got home, the toy did go missing.
Suspiciously under mysterious circumstances? Yeah.
Did
they sell...
What was that?
I remember... No, I was just thinking, because, like, usually when you see the circus cartoons, they have, like, peanuts for sale. And I never understood why peanuts, because I feel like, of any snack, it's the most inconvenient.
It is.
Like...
It is.
Yeah. You got shells everywhere.
Yeah.
But, like, speaking of shells, though, this is a fantastic segue. I'm doing my best.
Hold on, we got really distracted. Why were you talking about leopard seals?
We were talking about leopard seals because the Tizheruk looks... I was about to get into this, actually.
Oh, okay.
It has, like, 3 different forms, right? Or, like, 3 that I found, because people's, like, recollections of this thing are heavily conflicted.
Oh, okay.
So, I was gonna say, like, peanut shells, this thing has different shells. One of them is looking like a leopard seal but like
bigger,
longer and bigger and like thicker. So
okay,
I wouldn't count him as like an absolute lad as far as like the Ozark Howler is an absolute unit. This guy isn't an absolute unit because he's long. He is 15 feet long, not including flippers and tail.
Interesting.
So big.
Long boy. Little water snake.
But he's not a snake.
Oh.
Because he has, like, flippers.
Oh.
Like, one of the most, like, popular illustrations I've seen of it depict it as, like, almost a snake-like leopard seal with little tiny, like, picture T-Rex arms, but they're flippers this time.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Yeah, and it's fighting a polar bear.
Oh. That's less cute. Much more terrifying.
Much more terrifying. Because usually people only see the snake-like head and neck, which will come 7 to 8 feet out of the water.
What?
Yeah. So, like, just picture you're sailing your boat, you're having a good time, and then the head just comes out of the water and keeps going up until it's at least 2 feet taller than you are.
It's like a story tall. Like a one-size house. Like one.
You're right.
House.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The head just keeps going.
Is the head just 8 feet long?
It's the head and the neck. Head and the neck.
Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better. Because the head being just like, it's 15 feet long, but the head is 8 feet of it.
That reminds me of like a marlin. Like, you see marlins with the nose that's just like half the fish.
Yeah. Oh my god.
God, the ocean is weird.
The ocean is weird, and I love it.
It's so weird. Because, like, okay. So, it's seen in the Bering Sea, Nunivik Island, King Island, with the huge long... So it's, like, in bays, not necessarily in, like, the open sea.
Oh,
so if you're, like, just out there, you're probably more likely to encounter, like, a leviathan
or the kraken that we talked about last week.
You know? Yeah, you're gonna see one of those.
No shortage of horrors in the ocean. Trust me.
No. They're there.
They're all there.
They're there. Because, like, again, seals reside primarily in, like, bays to hunt.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because, like, penguins and things live there. So, this thing lives. You see it in the bays, 7 to 8 feet out of the water. You usually don't see the tail, but when you do, it has, like, a little flipper on the end.
I like that.
Like a little mermaid tail.
I like that.
And you can hear... So it was said that the Inuit could hear them coming up for air by placing their ears against the inside of the boats. So you could, like, if you put your ear up to, like, the hull of a boat, if you're inside the boat and on the water, you might be able to hear them, like, surfacing.
Oh, okay.
Beside the boat, because they won't come up if they see you. Except for the times when you're, like, alone, and then they will, but we're gonna get to that.
Oh. Oh, no.
And that you could attract them by tapping on the boats.
Oh, no.
So, like, don't tap the glass, but, like, you tap the boats and then they show up because they hear it and they're like, oh, it's the sound.
I'm just thinking about that, like, horror movie trope where they knock and it's like... And then something taps back with the, like... Ugh.
Don't like... But it's like... This reminds me of that scene in Jurassic Park where you, like, see the water glass vibrating.
Oh, yeah. And
you hear the footsteps, because it's like you tap it and then it responds to the vibrations, which to me gives off big echolocation vibes.
Maybe, yeah, actually, maybe.
Yeah, like big dolphin vibes on this one. Except not, because you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to tap on the boat and get them, because they're said to actively hunt humans.
Actively? Okay, actively? Like, how actively?
Like...
Primary food source?
Not primary food source, but, like, secondary food source, really up there.
Oh, okay. Really up there.
Yeah. Just because I think it's, if you think about it, humans are just like big penguins.
Now that really does help with my universal bird theory.
Miss me with universal bird theory, but like, hear me out. Like,
we're all birds in the end. That's the facts.
no.
What is a bird?
Like, because like penguins, you see them mostly in bays. If they go out super far, it's to hunt, and they usually stay like pretty equal time on land and water.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if you think about coastal areas, you roughly shake out the same amount of like human behavior. Like human and penguin behaviors would match up pretty well as far as like hunting patterns.
I guess so.
Is they would go out on the boats and then return to the land.
Except we can't stay underwater for like 80 minutes. Penguins definitely have us beat on that one.
They really do. Also, the bit where they can produce the things that keep them warm, and we gotta fight other things to get the things to keep us warm.
It's true. It's
true. Fought a sheep and stole its wool. Wig snatched.
Oh my god. You're right.
Unimportant. I'm so sorry.
You're right. Don't apologize. Yeah. You're right.
I'm apologizing because it's bad. So, anyway, that's only like one depiction of this thing, is the leopard seal vibes.
Okay.
Other ways that this thing has been seen is that, because like this one doesn't have legs. The leopard seal version has flippers. It doesn't have legs.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the Mysterious Creatures Guide, which was Everhart. It's described as having thick fur, a snake or crocodile-like head with short horns, and a terrifyingly long tongue. That is mentioned, like, a lot.
A lot?
It also has 3 pairs of legs and 3 dorsal fins.
Oh.
So, like, it would have legs and fur.
I think that's
so think more
true.
polar bear than leopard seal.
I think that's more true to the Inuit version. As far as, like, the art that I've seen for it, I think so. Because there's, like, you know the Ouroboros with the, like, circular...
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's something like that, but it has 3 circles on it, and each circle has, like, legs.
Okay.
That's, like, the Inuit art for it, I think.
Alright.
I don't know. I just did a cursory Google search.
No, you're probably right, because if this was what was mentioned in the guide, then that would be more accurate. I'm just going through all 3 of the ones that I found listed as far as, like, interpretations that I had seen.
Yeah.
Because leopard seal dorsal one is one, the 3 pairs of legs and the 3 dorsal fins also has the flipper for the tail as well, so it is an aquatic creature.
Yeah, for sure.
It's also referenced that the Tizheruk could be an evolutionary offshoot of the long-necked seal.
Oh, interesting.
Because they're both located around Key Island in Alaska. So it was seen to be like almost a modified version of that because they like hunt in the same areas.
Do long-necked seals eat people?
That I don't know.
Okay. I was trying to see like maybe they have similar hunting patterns as well.
I couldn't imagine. Hang on. Necked. My search history
is weird. Yeah, it gets weird.
It's weird.
This podcast for sure.
'Cause like leopard seal. Oh, they're cute.
The long-necked seals?
Oh,
yeah.
The long-necked seal is the leopard seal.
Oh, really? They're the same one?
Yeah. Long-necked seal, leopard seal.
I wouldn't say that leopard seals have long necks. Wait, hold on. I'm Googling it because I need to see. We'll tweet out a picture and with no context.
Yeah, just take a look. Yeah, distinctively long and muscular body shape when compared to other seals, known for its massive reptilian-like head and jaws. So
okay, this is definitely a Photoshop, but it's amazing. This is the one I'm tweeting.
No. Oh my gosh. No, it was mentioned that this thing had a snake or crocodile-like head, and this is mentioned specifically in the leopard seal description that it has a reptilian-like head and jaws.
Oh.
So it being a modified version would definitely make sense. And they also exhibit acoustic behavior.
Oh, interesting.
As far as having trills and things like that. It is mentioned that the male seals just scream.
They do. Man.
They scream.
They do just scream. I'm gonna tweet this out.
Oh god.
It's a Photoshop and it's not a good one.
So it's... Oh no.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, what were you saying?
No. It's so unfortunate. Okay. No, it would make sense. They mentioned the similar skull structure as far as like a snake or a crocodile, like had matching the leopard seal's reptilian skull structure. 3 pairs of legs in the dorsal fins. This was the more accurate version to the Inuit depictions. Flipper for the tail, evolutionary offshoot. Oh, there's a third form that I wanted to mention, specifically because it's horrifying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, I'm gonna say this again for like at least the 15th time this episode. I don't like the ocean. I think the ocean is weird. It has too many things in it for me to be comfortable getting anywhere near it. I don't like it. I especially don't like deep sea creatures because you don't know what that thing can do.
No, you don't. Half of them are made of jelly. The other half are made of immortality.
Are made of
and
anger.
The rest
They're made of compressed hate.
The rest are just full chock-a-block full of teeth. And, not fun.
Chock-a-block full of teeth, I think, is the most accurate depiction of most terrifying sea creatures.
Yeah. And
they just got him.
I think this is the second week in a row where I've just said it out loud, and I'm like, yep, I know that's the episode title.
Yeah, no. Please.
Chock-a-block full of teeth.
Chock-a-block full of teeth. Because, like, okay, moray eels have, like, the double jaw structure. Don't like
that.
Yeah.
It's like alien.
There are also a few... Don't like it. But, like, the deeper you get, the weirder things look. And there are a lot of fish down there that just... Because, like, you see surface animals, and most surface animals are at least a little aesthetically pleasing because they can, like, see things, and if they ever want to mate, they gotta see things, you know? Mm-hmm. And so they look, like, decent, you know? Because they have to, like, impress other members of their species. That tracks. Deep sea creatures don't see shit. They don't know. So half of them don't even, like, conceal their internal organs. They're just, like, clear.
Yeah.
And
they can't see, so they don't know that they're just fucking ones down there.
I mean, they don't know. Like, so they're just gonna do whatever, like, is the most effective to kill things. And if the most effective way to kill things involves you being completely see-through, they're gonna do that.
This goes with my theory. So, this is why they're chock-a-block full of teeth, is they're exactly what you said. They're doing just as, like, the most effective way to kill things, and that is by having more teeth / knives than anyone else. And that's what they're doing.
You're valid. That's right. They had to grow some way, and so they decided the only way to survive was just to make sure that everything else died.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, technically not wrong.
In Overwatch, we call it preemptive healing. Yeah, they can't damage you if they're dead, so...
The only stat we care about is reducing everybody else's HP to 0. Nothing else matters.
Nothing else matters. Yeah, preemptive healing. That's why Hanzo's a healer.
Okay, I don't know a whole lot about Overwatch, but I don't think that's right.
It's preemptive healing. Can't damage you if they're dead.
I don't think that's right. I mean... You're right about that. That would track. Yeah, okay.
They're like,
sure.
Like, play a healer, and I'm like, I've got 60% accuracy on Widow. I am a healer.
Are they dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not taking damage.
Yeah, I mean, you know?
I mean, sure. Absolutely. So, going back to the bit where animals just evolved, and if the most effective way was to just see the insides, they'd do that. That's what the Tizheruk did.
Oh.
A giant eel-like creature with transparent skin and flesh, not only allowing the observer to see still digesting victims, but allows the creature to be less visible when stalking its prey. And this version of the Tizheruk can venture into water shallow as 1 foot deep, meaning it can press itself small enough to fit into a space, making it an ambush predator, specifically.
That is actually terrifying.
And also meaning that if it ate something and then it compacted its body, if anything was still alive when it swallowed, it just gets crushed. Like...
Yeah. But also, like, think about that. Like, looking down into the water and seeing, like, a half-digested human man that just got swallowed whole by this thing. Ugh.
Yeah.
Sid, I'm thinking I don't really want to fight this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes. Don't. Do not.
But there is a way I can fight it. And that is with MetaZoo card games. Boom.
God, I thought you were just gonna say with more knives, and I was like, you can't. I was so ready to go, you can't. But if it's in MetaZoo, then do it. Go there. Go.
Yeah, let me just...
Take your knives and go.
MetaZoo Cryptid Nation is a card game rooted in creatures, spells, and artifacts. And for their first card set, they are using all USA-based cryptids. That's right! Tizheruk is in there, baby!
Ooh, do they have art?
Yes, they do. And they will be sharing that with us and everyone this week on our Instagram or their Instagram, one of those two. But yeah, they are a card game that kind of breaks the fourth wall. We've talked about this before, but the card game is literally influenced by the weather and like your environment that you're playing in, which is one of the coolest concepts I've ever seen in a card game, and something that I really, really am amped to see. And guess what? They go live this Thursday, 2 days from when this episode dropped. So make sure you go there and support their Kickstarter. You can search Kickstarter / MetaZoo or Kickstarter MetaZoo Games, and they will come up. We will also link them in the description below. This is literally one of the coolest things. Their Kickstarter goes live. Make sure you get to support them, and let's get this thing going, because I am amped to see it, and I think you guys should be too.
Hey, quick question.
Yeah?
For the Tizheruk, do you think it counts as a water or an ice monster?
I think it'd probably be a water beastie.
Probably. I imagine because it swims. Yeah.
I don't think it
I wonder if they just have a category. Yeah.
I think it
really
might
cool
also just be like a horror type monster from what you've told me about it, Sid. Like this thing is...
I was gonna be like, do they have a category that just says brutal and like...
Brutal, terrifying, absolute demonic.
Scary.
Water snake.
I wouldn't say demonic. I just said that this thing is a deep sea creature. It picked the most effective way to kill things, said, alright, and then just did its thing.
But, like, imagine that, Sid. Imagine it, like, swallows a man whole, and you just look down into the water, and you can see that digesting in it. Like, that is horrific. I haven't gotten heebie-jeebies from something we've talked about since British Big Cats. Like, this thing, like, ugh. It's terrifying. It's literally one of the most terrifying things we've ever talked about.
'Cause, like, here's my main thing is, the squish. If it swallowed something and you could see the inside, that's a clear snake, and I'm like, alright, I have seen a snake digest things before. I am, like, largely unperturbed. I don't like it, but it's like a bog body, you know, just in, like, a living creature. I think the main thing that, like, stops me is the squish. Because if it just swallowed something and like the body is just in the thing, I'm like, well, I guess that's nature, baby. It's fucked up, but it's nature. The fact that this thing crushes whatever it swallows if it chooses to like shrink its body down.
Imagine seeing that though, Sid.
Cause that's bone. Like that just crushes bone. Just like a trash compactor.
Imagine seeing that though, Sid. Like, you could see through this thing, and you just see a man get squished whole. Sid, are you okay? Did you just yards?
I'm so sorry. I just had to, like, have that... I was gonna try to make a bit, and then I really, really considered it, and I was like, what would happen if I searched that up on the internet? And I did, and now I'm sad.
It's all vor, Sid. It's all vor.
It's either that or, like, body horror, and I'm not okay with either.
Yeah, no. You should have told me that you were gonna look it up, because I would have said don't do that.
It's too late, I already did it.
Oh, no, Sid.
I'm pretty sure that if you, like, listen to my recording specifically, you'll hear, like, the little tick-a-tacking of my laptop as I, like, pause to look this thing up, and then the slight gasp, and then just fear. And regret in a terrible concocted mixture.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, no.
It's, like, horrific. Like, what this creature could do when hunting a man. Or just anybody. Anything.
Anything. Because it is, if it is a leopard seals are carnivorous. They don't eat plants. I believe. I don't think they're omnivores.
They are, straight up carnivores.
Yeah, so meat is the primary food source, and if this thing is a bigger leopard seal, it almost kind of makes sense that it would hunt humans.
Bigger penguins.
Penguins aren't gonna cut it. Yeah.
I still enjoy that.
Penguins aren't gonna cut it.
I mean, you did mention before, okay, tell me about how it could possibly be a dinosaur, because you did mention that before when we were talking before the episode.
I did mention that, because there's a couple theories on this thing. And, okay, I think it's pronounced Basilosaurus.
Like the plant basil?
Like the plant basil, Basilosaurus. Let me pull up an image real quick of this thing to send to you.
Does it look anything like this long-necked seal that I tweeted out?
I
absolutely enjoy that thing, by the way. I'm so glad
I do like that.
Episode.
If you want to follow our Twitter for more absolute gems.
Yeah, at OnCryptids.
Hey, okay, you want to know what a Basilosaurus looks like?
Yeah, sure.
Picture, like... Okay, I have the skeleton pulled up. Picture, like, an orca, but a great white shark, and long. I'll send you a picture real quick.
So, like, the three worst things an ocean creature could be. A, long, worst. B, an orca. It's long, it's got a lot of teeth. C, a great white shark. Also got a lot of teeth. Also pretty long.
Yes. Check your Discord messages really quick for me.
Oh, wow.
And for those of you at home listening in, searching up the Basilosaurus gives you an image of, I'm going to do my best to describe it. It's got 4, like, flippers, right? Mm-hmm. But the space between those flippers is roughly the same size as the orca. So, it's long, with, like, almost a whip-like tail that has, like, very similar, like, almost like a mermaid kind of fin structure at the end. But the head looks like a moray eel head. So it's got teeth for days. Just chock full of teeth. This
thing's also, like, real big, too, right? Like, real funky big.
An orca hunts moose, so this thing is bigger than that.
Yeah, I think we, like, every time we talk about the ocean, we do talk about how orca do hunt moose.
I think it's because it's the best way to, like, describe things in size.
Yes.
Because if something hunts something else, usually it's got to be big enough to kill it.
For sure.
You know? And at least we both know how big a moose is.
Yes.
So we can look at a moose and then think about what hunts moose and then have that emotional moment for a second.
Yes. Yes. This Basilosaurus looks absolutely terrifying, actually.
It is terrifying. My main thing is that it says living Basilosaurus because this thing is supposed to be extinct. It's supposed to be dead.
Oh, fun.
Supposed to be. But as we all know, the ocean has plenty of things that do not die unless they are killed.
Yes. Yes, the ocean's very good at that.
This thing might be one of them.
Oh, fun. Oh, fun.
I don't like that. Every time we do ocean shit, I have to learn more about ocean shit. And every time I do, I just get scared.
Scared and sad, yeah. That's
scared and sad, and like super glad that I don't live near the ocean.
Yeah, I'm super glad I wasn't born like a crab or something. That would suck.
Though crabs are the pinnacle of evolutionary success. To be real with you.
They are, but also, like, on top of dealing with humans trying to fish and eat you, you've also got to deal with literally all of these things in the ocean.
Yeah, crabs are mostly... I don't really know where crabs live relative to the rest of the ocean, but like most of the crabs that I see are like chilling out on the shore. But I'm sure there are plenty that live.
Deep sea crabs. They migrate deeper into the ocean when it's like cold water.
I don't want to see deep sea crabs. I've seen what the ocean did to fish when it got deep. I don't want to see what it did to crabs.
I really want to see what it did to crabs, actually.
I don't want to see what it did to the crabs. Did it make them big? Because like deep sea things get big. And, like, I'm already uncomfortable seeing crab legs. Like, king crab legs, don't like it.
Oh, it just made them real spiky, Sid.
Ooh. Don't like that.
Longer, spindlier legs, mostly. Very spiky.
Very spiky. Long limbs. So many limbs. Oh my god, they're like spiders.
Sid, have you seen the Yeti crab?
He's hairy.
It's so hairy.
Filaments.
It's fur.
Yeah. I don't think that's
it
fur.
Is.
But
it's a Yeti. But a crab.
But a crab. Oh my god, they do have so many spikes.
So many spikes on deep sea crabs.
I don't like it. I can't even, you know that I can't even eat lobster in like real life.
Didn't know that, but now I do.
You do now. I can't eat lobster.
Sid.
What?
You know how lobsters get bigger just infinitely? Like, as long as they live, they grow bigger? Yeah, crabs do too, and the really long, spindly, spiky crabs do too, and it's not an exception, it's worse. It's worse, Sid. It's so much worse. It's bigger than a man. Oh my god.
No.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
Because I know that goldfish, lots of sea creatures will just get bigger based on how big their environment is.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, the main reason why I don't like ocean things. Because the ocean is, like, infinite big. So the creatures just get infinite big until the ocean is just like, hey, we've decided that you can't do that anymore. But it very rarely does that.
Man, I was excited for deep sea crabs, and now I'm upset. Oh, okay, there's one with googly eyes, and that's great. But I know that those googly eyes are the size of a car.
Oh, okay. Deep sea creatures, any type of sea creature, I do not enjoy. Knowing that Tizheruk actively kind of does hunt people and has like a variety of things it could do. Because, like, okay, the leopard seal version would probably hunt people roughly like a leopard seal hunts penguins, which is just kind of like you vibe on the outside of the ice until whatever you're looking for drops into the ocean, and then you just get it. The three-legged version would probably, it has like that, again, almost reptilian head structure, so I'm gonna go with like just crunches right down and probably like outswims whatever, because if it's got 3 legs, that's 3 times the paddle power, baby. Like, a human's not gonna outrun that thing. And the horrifying clear eel version is probably just gonna lie in wait in the 1 foot deep shallow water and just crunch.
Just crunch you.
Just like you're gone and you're never seen again.
Yeah, I dislike it. I dislike that.
I don't like that. Don't like that. Like, many hunting methods, all of them like carnivorous and very predatorial, just depending on whether or not it's ambush or, well, I mean, all of them seem ambush, but like,
yeah,
ugh.
These creatures are deep sea creatures. Just
this isn't even like a deep sea creature though. This is like a bay creature. This is
a deep sea creature that got into shallow water and was like, "Oh, this is easier."
This is an invasive species, but it's like deep sea to regular.
To regular sea.
To regular sea.
Okay, I wasn't talking much there because I did get distracted looking at big crabs and just how big these big boys get.
I don't want to know.
There are pretty big ones. They're pretty big. I've seen a big lobster.
I've been to Maine.
Yep.
Like, my family goes to Maine sometimes, and they take me with them because I'm a member of their family and they have to. I'm sorry, that was weird. That was sweet.
They have to.
It really does just, they have to. Like, I'm gonna stop talking. Long story short, we go to Maine sometimes, and you've been to Maine, and you know that, like, lobster's pretty cheap.
I like live in Maine during the summer.
Yeah. Yeah, because you live in Maine during the summer, and I visit Maine every once in a while because it's a little south from Tampa.
Who in Ohio
and it's an easy flight.
Doesn't visit Maine, let's be honest. It's the vacation state. Everyone goes.
It is a nice state. I do like Maine. Maine's pretty, but then there's those lobster things, like lobster boils everywhere, and people like lobster rolls and all those things. Seeing a lobster makes me physically ill.
Seeing a lobster?
Just like, they bring them out on the plates, and they're like, here's the lobster, and it still has the eyes, and I just can't do it.
Make your lobster.
Like, I am 3 steps away. I don't. Like, I can't even do it with crabs.
A friend of mine said that to me once. They brought out his lobster dinner, and I was like, oh, that looks good. And he was like, yeah, it makes my lobs stir. And I was like, I hate you, and I'm not your friend anymore.
I hate it. I hate that.
I was like, what are your lobs?
Can I throw hands with your friend?
What?
Don't tell me. I don't want to know. Yeah. I'm good. At first, I thought you were making a joke that he was getting, like, his stomach was turning and he was getting sick. And I was like, oh,
no,
worm, mood.
Apparently the opposite.
No, it's the opposite of that. I don't like that. Because, like, seeing a lobster makes me uncomfortable because they scuttle like spiders do. And, like, I don't like seeing a spider move. I don't fear spiders. I don't actively hate spiders. I just feel like they're weird.
They make me uncomfy.
Yeah. Like, they just look a bit weird.
Yeah. And
that's nothing against, like, I don't consider myself to have arachnophobia, because I'm not a person who can, like, you know, I'm not afraid of them, but if they move towards me, I'm gonna move away, just because I don't want them to move anymore.
Yeah,
like, stop.
Stop that.
You can exist, that's just fine, but, like, I don't like them moving.
Yeah.
Like, we played Minecraft on Thursday. We played Minecraft for our Thursday stream, and we probably will play Minecraft again this week for our Thursday stream. It's not Scream.
With the way the Tizheruk is going, it might be the Thursday Scream.
Might be the Thursday Scream.
If you bring this back into my mind, it will be the Thursday Scream.
Consecutively for 2 full hours from 8 to 10 p.m. The midcast on Twitch. Shameless. But so they have spiders in Minecraft. Spiders are a mob in Minecraft. Very recently, I downloaded a texture pack to make Minecraft, like, a more pleasant experience, because I was like, I want something that has, like, a little bit of a, like, really bright colors tend to hurt my eyes, so I was like, okay, let's get, like, a texture pack that makes everything a little darker, you know, a little
Yeah.
grittier. And then I saw the spiders, and Minecraft spiders, their eyes glow, but in this texture pack, they've changed it from red glowing eyes to green and blue glowing eyes, and, like,
Oh.
actually included 8 of them in, like, a row. So when you are walking and you're mining and you're just having a good time and you turn the corner and there's at least 32 pairs of eyes staring at you in varying colors, you run. Like, you leave.
Did you know that actually that's real? Is so mammals, their eyes will glow orange when reflecting light, and bugs and arachnids, their eyes will glow green or blue when eyes are reflected.
That's really
So that's
cool,
actually real. That's actually like how spider eyes would react to reflecting light.
That is really cool. But they've also made the movement of the spiders realistic. Like, instead of the Minecraft spider movement, that's just like the spiders go up and down. These spiders, like, you can see the leg joints.
I don't like
as
that.
they go. And I don't like that. And I've almost changed the texture pack because it's so terrifying. But then I was just like, I could just not leave my house at night ever. Yeah. And that's what I've decided I'm going to do.
All right. Are there any more, like, any last facts I should know about this Tizheruk creature?
Well, the sightings are kind of few and far between. Yeah. Because it is not like a shy creature, but like...
if you see it, you do get eaten.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of how that shakes out, I'm imagining.
I'm pretty sure that's about it.
Yeah, because it would probably only hunt solitary humans. But there were 2 video recorded sightings, I believe, and I think you found the 2019 one, because I could only find a video from 2009, which was supposed to be, or supposedly, a sighting of the creature kind of just swimming off the coast, I believe, in Alaska. But there was a sighting in 2019, I think, that you found that also had a video attached to it?
I don't know if it was just a video of that. It might have been like a compiled video of sightings.
Yeah.
That was shown.
But it is something that people don't see a lot. As far as, like, usually this would be the point where we talk a little bit about the sightings and things. But I haven't found... Like, we found very few of them, and the ones that we did find were behind the Library of Congress. Yes. Which gives me a little bit of pause.
Yeah. That's one of the things I really wanted to talk about. It's like, when we were looking for information about this thing, there was so much that we, like, weren't allowed to see. Like, it's not just behind a paywall, it's behind, like, a government paywall, right? Like, that is interesting to me on a level that we haven't seen with any other cryptids, like, that we've researched at all.
Yeah. I riffed on this a little bit at the beginning, because I usually do a lot of research for this so that I can have something to give to you. And with Mothman, with, like, Chupacabra, like, almost everything, I get a map that has specific locations and dates on it that show me, like, where things were seen, when, by whom, how, things like that, like, whether or not there's photos, and everything. But with the Tizheruk, I ran into a lot of problems because I couldn't get a map. Like, it says Alaska, like, generally in the Alaska area off the Key Islands. That I've seen. Or, I think it's Key Island singular. But everything else...
Yeah, the Keys are in Florida.
The Keys are in Florida. I was like, there's an island somewhere that's tropical, and an island in Alaska that's cold, and it's got Key in front of it somewhere. But the Tizheruk, I didn't get a map for that. All I got was that generally Alaska in the Bay areas, and that there are, like, very little photos. And I think that might just be because it is a sea creature. and it's very, very hard to get photos of things that live in the ocean. But even still, I'm very, very curious about the things that we may not know about this creature.
I feel like there's definitely, like, that the government has, like, paywalls, and, like, one of the, like, sources we found was, like, specifically, like, in the Library of Congress, and, like, another one was, like, just, like, this government site. It's, like, I don't know, there's something that feels like a conspiracy theory to me to hide this thing, you know? Like,
part of me,
it makes it feel more
seems like
real, and
definitely
a little bit more terrifying.
A little bit more terrifying, a little bit, like, a lot of bit more real, to be fair. Because, like, I don't think I found anything on the government site for Mothman, but I found things on the government site for Tizheruk, and this is probably the hardest I've had to fight to get information on a creature. Because with Mothman, they have a pancake eating contest. Like, that shakes out.
Yes.
You know, there's a museum and, like, a tourism board. For the Tizheruk, there's, like, a few videos from 2009, 2016, you said a compilation from 2019. Yeah. There's a lot of art about the creature.
There is.
From so many different sources. And all of them are so cool. And I did think I did find the or you were talking about earlier, that was with the circles and the legs. Yes. They all have the same thing. Like, the main thing that kind of, like, unites all of the art is that this thing is just full of teeth.
Chock-a-block full of teeth. And I think that is going to conclude our episode here talking about the Tizheruk. Of course, if you have any questions or you want to know more information, you can come see us on our Thursday stream. Every Thursday from 8 to 10, twitch.tv/themidcast.
It is 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time, not Pacific Standard Time.
You can follow our Twitch channel. We'll link that in the description below, so that you can follow us and get notifications when we go live. Or you could follow our Twitter. Our Twitter, we always tweet when we go live or when an episode is published or anything like that. So if you want live updates, go follow our Twitter, also linked in the description below.
And sometimes, like in this episode, we post during the episode. So if you want a sneak peek of any possible future episodes, follow the Twitter and come hang out and watch as we post terrible Photoshopped versions of seals.
Yep.
But that's awesome. The Twitch channel, by the way, is the Midcast, capital T and capital M.
It actually doesn't matter. You
for the Midcast.
Lowercase.
Yeah, that's it.
MYD.
But you also stream on Saturdays as well. You stream Overwatch by yourself on Saturdays. Then the Thursday is our Minecraft interactive stream where we do Q&As. If you guys have anything you want to hear about for this episode or any past episodes, we'd love to talk. Yeah. Come hang out.
It's always a good time.
Yeah, and a big thanks again to MetaZoo for their continued support. And their cool as heck artwork.
Their artwork is so cool. And again, their Kickstarter goes live this Thursday.
That's the 30th for those of you who don't do days anymore.
So, a few days after our episode, their Kickstarter goes live. We've linked it in the description below. Go support them. You can follow their Kickstarter early, so you get a notification when they go live. Let's make this thing happen, because I'm already supporting them, and I think you guys should too. All right.
But thanks again, guys, for your continued support.
Of course. And welcome to the show as our first sponsor. Yes. All right.
And we'll see y'all in the woods.
All right, cool.